Hello, everybody. This is Wade Wacker, and this is Money in the Bible. We come to you today with sorrow, sadness, and just an utter wonder and disgust of what's happening, what we're seeing across our nation. So today's talk, we're not going to be about money. It's going to be about why in the world are we here? It is amazing to turn the TV on and to see in every single part of our country the distress, the frustration, the anger, the non-caring of other people, of what you're doing to other people, and it doesn't matter what side you're on. We as Christians, we teach strongly that we are one race. Yet we also understand that there is racism. And when you watch the anger and the hate between the races, the devil's winning. The devil is flat out winning. And so I wanted to address this situation to kind of explain why we're here and what we as Christians need to do to go forward. First of all, I want to say this. No, we do not understand. It is so frustrating to see so many people go, oh, we need to listen more. Or I understand as a white. No, you don't. No, we don't. We do not understand. We don't understand how it is when you get looked at no matter what. If you're that color, you don't understand. Don't pretend to understand. You can grieve with, you can be with them and try to improve it, but don't tell them that they understand. I correlate that with a parent who's lost a child. I lost a brother. And one of the frustrations my parents had is when people would come up to them, even clergy, and say, I understand. No, you don't understand. No, you don't. If you have not lost a child as a parent, you do not understand. And this is very similar to that. No, you don't understand. Now, we can be a part of the solution and try to do better, but don't sit there and say that. And that's part of the frustration. Hearing CEOs coming out, we will listen more. Well, listen to what? You know the problem. Let's dig down and fix it. So I wanted to address that first, but now here let's define why we're here. Okay? In the inner cities, anybody know the graduation rate? Okay? The graduation rate in the inner cities is in the 30 percentile. The graduation rate. Okay? The single parent rate in the inner cities is 87%. So don't give me this that they have a chance and that we need to do this and we need to do that. If that graduation rate remains at 30%, and if that single parent rate remains at 87%, we have no chance. Zero chance. I don't care what color you are. I don't care if you're black, orange, white. Doesn't matter if you have no parent. If you have a single parent trying to make a living and trying to parent, and if you do not have education base behind them, that will fail. No chance. So with the graduation rates at that level, and the single parents at that level, we have given these people zero chance. Again, I am not basing that on color. It does not matter. That is colorless. And yet I have heard so many people speak and this and that and da, and I have not heard those stats yet. That is the root of the problem. You know, when we started this ministry 11 years ago, Carl was just, I'm being called to the youth. I'm being called, we have to train up the child. Dearly, I understood his concept, and I shouldn't have used that word. But now, when you look at the situation, you darn right I understand it, and we have failed. If they understood what they were doing when they were not graduating, and if they understood the problems that are created by single parents, maybe we would have those percentages better. The education system has failed. It has flat out failed. What did we expect to happen? We have allowed over the last 4 generations to teach the lie that we are an utter amount of plasma. We're just cells. We've allowed that to be ingrained into our children's mind, and now those children are the adults, and those adults have not parenting those children on that issue. We're just a bunch of plasmic goo. We were not wonderfully and fearfully made. That is what our education system is teaching our children. And we've allowed this to happen. We've allowed the evolution lie that we came from nothing, miraculously did all this stuff, and we evolved from whales to apes to whatever. And we sit here and go, why do those people go into those stores and loot and have absolutely no care? It's because they have no value of life. Zero. None. And we sit here and say, oh, wow, how could they do this? It's because that's how we've trained them up. Our education system, our public education system, has failed the value of life. There is no accountability. Okay, you're gonna tell me a curfew is gonna work? These kids don't even hand assignments in correctly, and that's at any school because they get extra time. And you're gonna set a curfew, and you think they're gonna even really remotely think there's any consequences to it? Come on, give me a break. The common core is the Bible. That is what we must ingrain into our children, because that values life. It gives you purpose. It tells you that you were wonderfully and fearfully made by God. And when you start valuing life, you start second guessing going in or even sitting there and allowing somebody to die. How sad is it for us to watch people sit around and film what happened to that gentleman? How is that possible? And then you watch the riots and the looting, and you watch people getting the crap beat out of them. And you see people standing there filming. And it's not 1, 2, or 3, it's a whole bunch of people. It's because nobody values life. And we have taught that to our children. So the education system has completely failed. Okay, you can talk about this class, this class, math, blah, 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 but until we put the value of the Bible, value of life, installed into our children, it isn't going to work. So, who's it up to? Christians, it's up to us. We have to do this. There is no other part of society. There's going to be efforts, but they're going to do it here and they're going to do it there. We Christians have to start doing this. We have to start diving into the education system and going, okay, enough is enough. You've taken God out, and now look what you have. They are opening up the private sector, and we have to go in. Okay, a great example is VCY in Milwaukee. I went and visited VCY a couple weeks ago, and I was astonished. Okay? I was humbled. Where are their schools? They're downtown Milwaukee. They are downtown. Their participants are from downtown. I have a lot of respect for them that they said, okay, we're going to do this, we're going to do it here. Okay, do those people have the ability to have money to go to a private school? No, they don't. But did VCY go there? Yes, they did. So Christians, it is up to us. We either dive into this or we have to accept what's happening. If you teach you come from nothing, you will get nothing. If you teach that you are wonderfully and fearfully made, you will get respect. Now look, when we do dive in, Christians, okay, we have to understand there will be no glory. We will be mocked. We will be persecuted. YouTube will take stuff down. Facebook will take stuff down. I don't care. We are still going to be on those platforms. We're still going to put stuff up. That's where we need to be. So if you're going to look at getting into this and going, oh, okay, we're going to get credit. No, we're not. We're not. It's going to be tough. But all that other stuff is noise. If we're truly in it for the kingdom, yeah. Would you think Paul was kidding? Did you think Paul wrote that? And we're not going to have those problems? Of course we are. But what are we in this for? We're in this to create people who understand. Okay, you want to know why Dr. Martin Luther King was the greatest civil rights leader ever? It's because he was a Christian. Okay, you want to know those protests were peaceful when he was involved? Because he was a Christian. Okay, that's a fact, Jack. So we either do this or we don't, Christians. At Revelations, Jesus talks to us and says, you either hot or cold, but if you're neither, I will vomit you out. Okay, and we've sat around way too long. We have to dive in, and it dives in with training up children. We have to give them the common core of the Bible to be able to understand value. Okay? Let's not trip over doctrine right now. Let's just get in there and get the core message of salvation. Okay? Let's not trip over that. Let's just start doing this. Now, what it takes is there's people already trying. Carl has seen that on the road. And we applaud you for doing that. But you know what? It takes so much more. It takes resources. It takes incredibly tough people. So we have to start taking control of the message. We can't sit back anymore and go hope somebody else does it. We're either in or we're out. And if we're out, what you see will continue to happen. So that's my talk today on the money in the Bible. We're in a tough spot, Christians. We have to start mounting up. We have to start going. We have to start doing. It takes people, it takes resources, and it takes leadership. We have to find a way to come together to start training up these children. Okay, 1 Peter 3:15, be prepared always to give an answer. We have to do that for these children so that they have an answer for when somebody goes down the wrong road and starts looting, or they go, hey, wait a minute, stop. Thank you. We pray that you're safe and sound, not only with the virus, but with the chaos amongst us. Stay bold.